Morning, everybody. Nice Saturday morning, nice and cool. See what we can get into today. I think we might do some firewood right over there. A little splitting. We'll take you along with us today. Throw some ball first. Get everything uncovered. Got some big logs to do. Of course, you gotta have a Jeep fender covering your brake and strap. Yep, that's just common practice. Check some fuel. She needs a drink. About the oil. It's hard to check it on the incline. Yeah, it's gonna need some. We'll add that when we get level. We'll get us some fuel first. Can't do that one-handed. Let's see if we can do it like this. I believe our truck's gonna need some. Over here. We left the cap on. That's always good. Get the splitter moved in the spot. Hopefully. What do you think? You ready to throw ball some more? Alright. Alright, you waited long enough. Drop it down there. There you go. Get position. Oh, missed it. Alright, let me get the tractor. There's the CJ 5.5. No Kubota. Let her warm up. Got a good battery for the winch on the truck. And we also need to pump. Front passenger tire's got a slow leak. Stay over there. Let's check our battery. Just to make sure. Yeah, good enough. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Why did you put those two items in the tractor. You could have just walked over and got them. And walked over it. It's not that far. I know. But listen, I'm getting old. And I've made that trip 5 million times. Carrying gas cans, batteries, parts. I finally got smart enough about 5 years ago, went and bought a tractor. Best investment ever made. So I'm going to use the dang thing. It works out great for a parts hauler, recovery, stuff that's really not intended for. Works great. Saves my back. Alright, now we got the battery for the winch. That's ready. Let's get tired up. Yep. And I've also got the old man grunt going on. You can make fun of it, I don't care. This tire goes flat about once. It takes about a week. And if you don't put some sort of cribbing underneath the axle, it will go flat enough it'll come off the bead just a little bit. And it won't take air. Then you gotta go get the jack, get it jacked up, so it'll take air. And we'll go 15. We don't want to listen to that crap. Let's see if we can get her fired up. Let her warm up a minute. Disconnect that choke work. This is an old 460. Old 82 F-150 we had laying in the woods. I needed to make basically a log skidder. We have a lot of trees down, and I do a lot of firewood. We burn firewood in the house for heat, and the tractor can only do so much. And my property, I don't know if you can see, that is a valley down there, and goes down to a creek, goes uphill. Everything I cut is on a hill, in the valley, on the other side of the creek. We got to try to get it across the creek. And cutting logs, throw them in the trailer, haul them up here to where I split and stack all my firewood. That little tractor over there won't always do it, and that's a lot of handling of the firewood. So guy takes this truck with a boom, he can cut the logs in sections, drag them up here, process it right here, throw it right in the trailer, stack it. Or if that doesn't do it, we've got a log arch that we built, I built, whatever, mobile home axles, tires, a little Harbor Freight winch. You can hook this end up to one end of the log, the other end you hook it up the other end. I can haul it out like a little trailer. I've done it at my neighbor's house, about a quarter mile away. Drove them down the road, pull them right up here, section them up, split them, boom. Pretty handy. Alright, let's see if this old bitch will start up. Get ball. Let's see. Come on. Oh. Stay running. No. Is that a mouse? Where's it at? You see a mouse? truck. I call him Harry. He's a tow truck, and he's a Harry tow. We're going to use him today. We're going to back the boom up right over the log splitter so we can drag them 28, 30-inch logs, some of them. We can hook them on the boom with the grapple, hook, whatever you want to call it, tongs. We'll put them right up here on the table. Now this hydraulic table does work. It just does not like however much those weigh, 200 pounds, whatever. It's a lot easier on a feller just to grab the winch and pull them up there. Did it last weekend, worked out fairly decent. Just takes a little time, but saved the guy's back. So we'll wait for this tire to get aired up, see if we can get her maneuvered in place here. We may have to move our forks, I think. Yeah, we better do that first. Yeah, the tire's aired up. Here's the cribbing I was talking about. If that tire drops down, it pops it off the bead. Same thing goes with this truck. Built it out of stuff we had laying around, acquired a few things, got Super Duty axles under it, out of like a 2000 F350, and there's nothing special. Welded rear end, it's got 373s. We put leaf springs up in the front. They're actually rear leaf springs out of a F-150, so the rear springs, front springs, they match. They're the same. Made our own mounts. I think I built this thing a year and a half ago, and then just use it around the house here. We can go do a recovery if need be. But when I first put it together, I acquired another set of 44-inch gumbos, 16.5 wheels, but they were 8 lug. Wrong pattern for to go on the Super Duty, because they have a metric. We all love metric, so I had to buy adapters. So I bought 2-inch adapters to go from the 8 lug Super Duty to the old 6.5 8, and that made it so wide it won't go on my trailer. So if I ever need to take it anywhere for recovery, I'm not driving this down the road. So a good friend of mine gifted me some 38 boggers 16s, and luckily I still had the Super Duty wheels, and we mounted them up. Lowers it down a little bit where we actually need it to be. It doesn't look as cool, but it looks like a little monster truck with them gumbos on it. But they work out pretty good. They're like, things are cut out, they're like tractor tires, so you're using it in the yard, you know, it tears up the yard. But that's what we got, so that's what we're going to use. So let me get this truck pulled out of here and in position, and then we'll start splitting some firewood. All right, we got the truck in place, backed up to the splitter, and we're going to see if the splitter fires up okay. Usually does, but you'll probably get a laugh out of it. It's oldie, but it puts on a good smoke show when you first fire it up, which it is a 1978 model, and I don't believe it's ever been rebuilt, so it probably needs rings. But it works most of the time. Let's see if we can't get this splitter going. Let's see what we're looking at here. Yeah, that'll work. All right. You gotta have the holder for the ball thrower. It's a must. I believe we found our issue with the no start. We're gonna have to clean that up. That's bad. Be right back. Can't deadhead it. Hold on. Well, we got us a load split. And we got to pick up our scragglers there that fell out of the trailer. And we'll get the tractor hooked up to it. Get it pulled over to the shed. Start the amazing process of stacking it. What are you doing, boy? Moving again? What he does best, moving. You're right. Yeah. This is where I stack my firewood. It's right next to the house. Wood burner is in the basement there. I can wheel it right in with a wheelbarrow. Keep it dry. Got just enough opening where the wind can get to it. Help dry it out. Another little tip for people doing firewood. If I can find, there it is. Firewood attracts a lot of bugs. So what I do is get some old-fashioned mothballs. Throw some in there every row or so. And helps keep mice and spiders and roaches and stuff like that out of there. And that way you ain't dragging them in the house. And we all know that ain't good in the house. Yeah, you got it. Maybe. Alright, I'm gonna get to stacking. Got that all stacked up, trailer unloaded, and it doesn't even look like much, but we got over, oh, we had a third of a row. We probably got another half, so a little bit more to go on that row. We got one more we can put in there probably, but more work ahead. Well, I got another load split. It's a little after lunch. We're gonna have to shut down for the day. We got a wedding to go to here in a couple hours, so we'll get this moved over to the shed, stacked up again. I believe the next video we'll do that has Harry in it, we're gonna be getting down in the woods and cutting some trees that got blown down in the tornado last year. We're gonna be sectioning them up and getting them drug up here to the yard so we can process them. And that'll be a little more interesting because usually we cut them a little too long and it's a little too much for the truck. We like pushing it to its limits, but she usually gets front wheels off the ground doing some little wheelies, and sometimes she gets stuck, digs holes. But I'm gonna show you guys these. I lower these down, these basically like a receiver hitch, 2-inch square tubing to lock out the rear suspension, because anytime you pick anything up with this thing, it squats it and it about bends the springs, breaks them, so we lock suspension out. And she can carry a hell of a lot more load and carry the front wheels up out of the woods. But hopefully in a couple of weeks we can be able to do that. Cooler weather, it's getting a little warmer. It started out about 45 degrees this morning. It's probably up to 70 something now, so get a little warm for me. So I guess we'll see you guys on the next one. This is all for 5-Star Garage. Tell them bye, Ranger. Bye. Thanks for watching.